The third part of the Ice and Flame plotline continues in this month's Tempest Trials. We have some great rewards to earn as well though. For getting up to 50,000 points, you can get up to 42 orbs, 11,000 feathers, and 80 sacred coins. This month we're moving on to ephemeral 9 divine codes, and you can get 50 of those. We also have 1 wind blessing for legendary Micaiah from last month. For sacred seals, we have Speed Opening and Attack and Res Solo. Our reward unit this time will be Crusader Nanna, who is a very good free unit. You can get a 4-star 5-star copy. We'll talk about her more later on. For sacred seals, we'll start with Speed Opening 3. At the start of each turn, grant plus 6 speed to the ally with the high speed stat for 1 turn. Does not include the user. Opening buffs are pretty nice if you really want to buff a specific unit on the team. They target the ally with the highest speed stat, so you can plan ahead when making your teams, and you can buff multiple allies if they have the same high speed stats. Speed Opening is pretty good because of how important speed is for the unit, or for some units. It can make or break a matchup, and generally your high speed units like Crusader Nanna want as much of it as they can get, because speed power creep is definitely a thing. If you have infantry or army units running attack at speed ideal, then Speed Opening can provide those guys with guaranteed buffs so that they can continue proccing the skill. This is a pretty solid sacred seal, but you should only upgrade it if you got plans for certain team comps. Next we have Attack and Res Solo 3. If unit is not adjacent to an ally, grant plus 6 Attack and Res during combat. We have lots of solo sacred seals now, and Attack and Res is another welcome addition. Personally, I think it's a good one because we do have a bunch of high attack and res focused units, and a lot of melee units also like to patch up their res stats typically. Solo skills are great because they can work on both phases, you just need to position correctly. They also combo very well with their A skill slot versions because of just how much stats you get and how customizable you can be. Personally, I do rate these solo skills quite high on upgrade priority. I'm always sliding them in and out on different units, and Attack and Res Solo will definitely be another good option to upgrade.
I am a descendant of Hother, the Black Knight of the 12 Crusaders. I would be honored to accompany you for the festival.
Moving on to our Tempest reward unit, we have Crusader Nanna. She is dressed in black because she is the scion of Hother, who was the Black Knight of the 12 Crusaders. As a unit, Nanna will still be a healer, but this time she's a flying healer. This is pretty neat because Crusader Nanna will be our first free heroic growth flying healer, and not everyone would have chosen Brave Camilla. There are not that many flying healers anyway, and it's a very strong class type because flyer mobility can let a healer position over unpassable terrain to heal allies, or just get out of the way of combat. To make things even more interesting for stats, Nanna's gonna have 40 HP, 35 attack, 41 speed, 23 defense, and 28 resistance. She will have speed and defense super boons, and there is a case for both. However, 41 base speed makes Crusader Nanna the fastest healer in the game in terms of base stats, which is just insane. A free healer is going to be our new fastest one, and 35 base attack is incredible to pair with it. If you wanted to build an offensive healer, Crusader Nanna is a fantastic choice, and for our new players, she's going to be an amazing unit just to have around as a 5-star healer. Now, Nanna will not have a unique staff, which is to be expected. She does at least bring a new one though. The Staff of 12 Plus is a 12 might inheritable staff, and it simply restores 10 HP to the ally that has been dealt the most damage at the start of every turn. For those familiar with Error, this staff is literally her unique C skill, Sparkling Boost. Staff of 12 definitely isn't game breaking, but it's a perfectly fine support staff. It just gives your healer even more healing abilities, and can work from anywhere on the map, which is good. Obviously, since it heals the most hurt ally, you don't want to use it with, say, desperation units. It would be nice to support a main tank who is soaking all your hits, and the user won't have to directly heal them if that would maybe get them into trouble. It works every turn, so in long battles you can get a lot of use out of it, and Nanna could pair it with a weaker healing assist like Physic Plus, since that would let her heal from 2 spaces away. As a fun fact, Staff of 12 is modeled after the Mistletoe Sword, the same one Ares and Eldigan carry. Back to Nanna's base kit, she has some solid healing skills. Recover Plus is simple but heals a lot of HP to an adjacent unit. Heavily and Light heals all allies for 10 HP when it procs, so it can help spread the team healing with Staff of 12. For passives, Nanna has Speed and Res Form 3 as her 4-star skill. It grants 2 Speed and Res for every ally within 2 spaces, with a +1 tacked onto the total. This has a max of +7 speed and resistance for 3 nearby allies. You can get Speed and Res Form 3 from Wrath as well, but it's an okay skill to get. For C skill, Nanna's going to have Attack Tactic 3. If you have a team with 2 or less of a certain movement type, then those allies will get a +6 attack buff if they're within 2 spaces at the start of the turn. Attack Tactic is a pretty standard buffing skill. Overall, not anything crazy going on for Nanna's base kit. Staff of 12 is the most unique thing Nanna brings, and it's honestly, you can pair with any build since it's a support staff. Speed and Res Form is nice to boost Nanna's speed a bit further, but if you want to make the most out of her offensive stats, then she's going to need a lot of investment. If you want to merge Nanna up, then she's going to be an excellent healer project. A neutral nature will give you an extra +1 HP, attack, and speed. That is fine, but a speed or defense super boon would be great depending on your build. For the most part, another plus for speed on top of 41 base speed is just incredible for a free unit, and a +10 merges Nanna could hit 49 speed just with that. If you wanted a speedy healer, then Crusader Nanna is unmatched. For comparisons, like I said, Crusader Nanna is the first Hero Girl flying healer. All the other flying healers are 5-star only units or limited time seasonals, with the exception of Brave Camilla, but again, not everyone chose her as their CO3 free pick. Nanna's stats just look amazing, and she's going to be the first Gen 6 flying healer. This is not a common class type, so she should stay a top tier option for a long time. Our last flying healer was Dual Summer Hilda. You can see that Nanna actually outspeeds Hilda, which is just incredible, although Hilda does have more attack, and obviously she has a unique staff with her. I mentioned in the Refines video that Brave Camilla just straight up loses in every stat to Nanna. Camilla has a really good stat line all things considered, and she's got her new Refine with that +10 attack and speed boost, so that's going to keep her relevant. Flame and Bridal Firm also have unique staffs, but compared to Halloween Mia or Hot Spring Sakura, Crusader Nanna just looks amazing. I wouldn't expect to see another free-to-play flying healer so soon, but even if we did get more, Nanna's offensive stat spread is probably not going to get beat. In terms of builds and playstyles, generally speaking, you can customize healers to whatever suits your needs. Staff of 12 is a purely support weapon that gives constant heals to the team, and Recover Plus is a solid healing skill. As mentioned, you could instead use Physic for the 2-space healing since Nanna's going to have more mobility on the map. The rest of her base kit is fine to keep as well. For B skills, Lift the Surf can heal Nanna if she does take a hit, and I would go with the Wrathful Staff for Fine since you may as well just treat Nanna as a colorless mage. She could also run something like Renewal or Guard for the rare case she has to fight someone scary. For A skills, if you want an attack and speed option, you could grab attack and speed Bond from Bridal Louise or attack and speed push 3 from Summer Leone or Patrine. For second skills, you can just run double tactic buffs or any buffing skill combo you prefer, including the new speed opening seal. Nanna can run stat boosters for herself, but I'll get to that in a bit. If you want some self-buffing, we do have Speed and Res Oath from Dithorba, which could go nicely with Speed and Res Form, and there's also a Speed and Res Form Sekutsu as well. As a flying healer, Nanna also has access to the Flyer Mobility skills. Aerobatics, Flyer Formation, or Guidance are all fine as a support option. Now, what would a fully invested Crusader Nanna look like? Well, we pretty much went over the same build for Brave Camilla minus an inheritable staff. Generally, the most obtainable inheritable staff that grants in-combat stat boost for the healer is the Palm Staff Plus from Summer Reese. It inflicts -5 attack and speed to foes within 2 spaces. For the most part, healers only benefit from the -5 speed boost for extra doubles because typically they are running the Wrathful plus Dazzling Staff combo. Whatever you can get your hands on, you just refine the staff with the other effect. This protects your healer from counterattacks, and basically they turn into a colorless mage. For more attack and speed, healers have limited options. They cannot run Swiss Sparrow, but apparently attack and speed catch is perfectly fine, potentially +9 attack and speed, and then flyers can also run the Rain C skills with Speed and Res Rain being the best for more damage. The highest attack and speed increase in Sacred Seal will be Blade Session, but attack and speed Solo and attack and speed Bond are the next best options. Now, there is some variety to this general build. Attack speed push 4 is good, but personally I just do not like the recoil damage in long PvE battles. Healers can run Far Trace for Kanto, but you give up either Wrath for Dazzling Staff. Personally, I think Nanna can take a hit just fine, especially with Palm Staff's extra attack debuffs. If you don't want to run a C skill, she can also use Attack and Res Menace. Now, something I don't think I've ever really mentioned is Desperation for healers. Ideally, Dazzling Staff is better because you don't get hit back at all, unless the foe has no C disrupt. However, Desperation can be the budget replacement because it would allow Nanna to attack twice in a row, and if she can get the kill, then it's like she has Dazzling Staff anyway. She will need to get into Desperation's HP range, but if you use Palm Staff, Nanna gets a little extra protection, and her base stats are not too bad at all. Now, let's talk about a couple other inheritable staffs. Obviously, Nanna can run any staff if you want their effects, like the What You Want for example. If you want a bootleg Brave Camilla, you could use the Gravity Plus staff and run it with Rescue or Return Plus for drawback or reposition. Palm Staff is a common combative option, but we did technically get a stronger combative staff in Observant Staff Plus from Groom Saul. It requires you to be within 3 spaces of a support partner pairing, but the healer gets +6 to all stats, which tops Palm Staff's bonuses. It's super rare, but it is an option. Overall, this is a great Tempest Trials. Speed Opening and Attack and Res Solo are decent Sacred Seals and both have their uses. You can upgrade them if you need them, but I would prioritize the Solo skill for general use. As for Crusader Nanna, she's the first free hero girl flying healer. To top things off, she's also the fastest healer in the game just in terms of base stats, and her base attack is pretty great too. She isn't super squishy in either defensive stat, but obviously as a flyer she'll still drop to an arrow. Staff of 12 is Nanna's only unique skill, and it can provide constant healing to your most hurt ally. It's not anything too crazy, but you can pass it along to pretty much any other healer if you want. Like most free-to-play friendly healers, Crusader Nanna does require lots of investment to actually be scary. She's in a great spot starting off stat-wise, so you just need to supply her with good skills. As a heroic girl unit, Crusader Nanna would definitely be a top tier merge project if you want to build a healer. She can work with budget skills, but there's definitely that somewhat large gap depending on how many premium skills you do give her. That goes for pretty much any healer though, since at their core if you can heal the team or buff them up, then generally they're doing their job. Flyer mobility is a definite plus for Nanna. You get access to the flyer mobility skills if you want them, and she can fly over terrain to make her attacks or just stay out of danger. Just a very good for a unit in general, and keeping the 5-star copy is probably for the best. That's going to be it for this Tempest Trials. The boss this time is actually Muspo himself, even though they didn't really introduce him yet. It looks like we're getting a part 4 to the Ice and Flame story, so it just seems like Masked Marth is taking the extended leave. I am curious if this plot will actually lead into something new for the Phase storyline, because it's been going on for a while and it's gonna keep going on, it looks like. Maybe they're just getting out old lore for the older realms, I don't know. I guess Muspo will also appear on a banner sometime soon if he goes by the same pattern as Niffle, but we'll have to see about that one. Go get those rewards, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.